So I'm just gonna play, watching my eyes go away, watching my eyes go away, watching my eyes go away.
Welcome back, YouTube family. Guys, we are back yet with another one. And today I am coming to you guys from the dock with a traditional. And we are doing a traditional mead, also known as honey wine. Mead has been covered many times on so many different channels. So I'm really keeping this one simple. If you guys want to check out any videos, all you got to do is go to YouTube and you can follow up on how to make mead from those guys and different steps, whether you want to be generic and be as simple as possible or go into a whole lot of scientific stuff. But today I'm coming with just something simple, like I said, my take. And I'm actually, like I said, it's not too much of a twist or anything up in this one. Like I said, this one is straightforward, guys. I was on the road, like I said, you guys should know I was on the road for a minute, truck driving. A lot of stuff has happened since then, a lot of stuff, and it's some stuff I want to cover, but I'm not sure how to approach it on the video. But it's also to do with the wine tasting, and it's just a lot. It's a lot, guys, but I'm still moving forward, still doing things, still getting video content out to you guys. But like I said, the honey that I got, I picked up from a company in Arizona called the Honey Man, and they have some really good honey. Right here we have a Wild Mountain Pecan honey, which I have used up in many different brews. I made a braggot with it. I made a few different braggots with it. I also used it up in a elderberry wine that I had made. Guys, this is a really good honey. And like some of the other channels said, especially I believe doing the most, you gotta try different honeys. Like I said, not stay away from, but you know, you have orange blossom, you have your wildflower honeys, and maybe a couple other ones like clover that we tend to use most of the time to make our traditionals. But there are so many honey varieties or varietals, whatever you want to say, out there that, you know, you can make just about any mead you want to make or honey wine that you would like to make, and it all has different flavors. So you need to try some other stuff out. And also I'm saying this too because some of your honeys add a different complexity with your taste, with your aromas, and it gives you a different profile with the aromas and, like I say, the flavor and everything. So, you know, get out there and try some stuff. And yeah, honey is expensive, don't get me wrong. I picked this up and I believe this was like $60 or $75 for 11.9 ounces when well, 11.9 pounds when I picked this up off the road when I was out there. But yeah, you know, just try some different things. But we are going to go ahead and just, like I say, get into this. I'm not going to be long. We're going to go ahead and use 32 ounces of our honey. I'm going to put that up in the picture. And we're going to use 1 gallon of water. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and put it in my fermenting bucket or put it back in this gallon jug when I use it, to keep it simple, because it's been a lot of stuff as far as video wise that a lot of different channels been coming out with. Like I said, I do watch other channels too, where a lot of people want to keep it simple because maybe you don't have the money to buy a lot of stuff, so you can use this to ferment. And if you like, it's just like saying messing with the cap. You loosen it and tighten it just you know, a little bit, so that way your fermentation will be able to breathe and get that pressure out of there, that CO2, as it's fermenting. So gallon of water. Honey don't have a whole lot of nutrients in it, so a lot of us tend to use Fermento. This was a lot fuller, but like I said, I've been on a brewing journey, and I have used a whole lot of this. This bowl was pretty much full, but we're using half a teaspoon, or no, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of Fermento. Help give this fermentation some nutrients, so our yeast could be happy and healthy. And we're also using Safal SO4. I would like to thank Man-Made Meads for coming out with the yeast video and all the research and stuff he did behind yeast, because yeast is very important when it comes to flavor profile and aroma also, and what you're trying to do. So it does play a big part in bringing out flavors and things of that nature. And this one is a recommendation off of his traditional of using Safal S04, because it's kind of neutral, and it would allow you to taste the honey notes, whatever you know, flavors that's up in here and aromas that's in our honey. But like I said, guys, I'm not going to stay long. And going back to how much I'm going to use, probably 1/4 of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, but all of that's going to be put up in the video and blah blah blah, like I normally do. But like I said, this one is simple, so I'm getting right to the process so we can go ahead and get this over with. Okay, so guys, we basically reached the end. I'm going ahead and do half a teaspoon. Okay, don't kill me because I'm using half a teaspoon. I know I put 1/4 teaspoon of yeast up in the recipe notes or whatever, but it's no big deal. I mean, I'm using half a teaspoon because I want a little bit more assurance that this comes out right and that we get a nice traditional, because the thing about traditional, guys, is basically you can't hide the faults. If this goes dry, which it should, then all we're gonna have is whatever notes, those flavor notes that I was telling you about earlier, that our honey wine, also known as mead, is gonna have. And I know you guys seen earlier that I had the jar of honey in the pot. I did not cook it. I'm reassuring you guys, I did not cook it. I warmed it up because the honey had solidified. It was pretty thick. I was trying to put about 32, like I say, the 32 ounces up in there, but I was like, no, I'm not going through all that foolishness. I'm just gonna go ahead and warm it up a little bit. Not enough to kill anything or, you know, destroy the flavors and all that other stuff that goes on when people say the breakdown of honey and the character and blah, 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 whatever. I didn't do that. I just warmed it up enough so it can loosen up and that I can pour the 32 ounces out here. You don't need the hydrometer, but I'm going to use the hydrometer and I'm going to get a OG measurement, and it should pop up right about now to show you guys how much the 32 ounces of honey, the sugar that it contained or whatever, so we can get a good estimate of how much potential alcohol we'll wind up having for this brew. But like I said, guys, you don't have to use any of the traditional stuff. Like I said, I wanted this to be simple, like a few other of my fellow YouTubers or whatever, because just like I say, just as much as you can use equipment, you can keep it simple as possible. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up in the jug that we took our water out of, fill it up halfway, shake it up, let it settle, and then put the remaining amount of our must in there, because like I said, basically it's about done. And we're going to burp the cap. Make sure you guys burp this cap every day for the first week, because this is going to build up a lot of CO2. It's going to be hard for some people to basically do the little backing off trick, which is not difficult, because you just take the top off, people. Just take that top off, you put it on, like you tighten it up, and then you back it off to loosen it enough where, let's see, where that top can have a little wiggle. That lets you know that CO2 can get out of it. But that's it, guys. I mean, I didn't do no T for tannins or no acid or whatever, because you don't have to do it. When I taste this, I'm gonna see what I want to do as far as adjustment, because like I said, I've been entering my stuff in competitions. Like I said, I might tweak it, I might not tweak it, but basically you're done. This all we had to do. And as far as the yeast go, just to show you guys, that's the Safel SO4. It's a dry yeast. I think I went over this yeast once before, because I believe it's up in the grape ale video that I actually used the same yeast. But you can also use what I want to say, Lalvin 71B works really good with this brew. And you can also use Lalvin D47. But check out Doing the Most. I mentioned him before, but I had an idea to do what he was doing, but I'm so glad he done it, because that's a lot of brewing to keep up with, and especially getting other people to help you out with the tasting and all that kind of stuff. So shout outs to this man for taking the time to do the research for this. And I knew it was a lot, like he said, it was a lot, but it also helped us and me myself choose some different yeast to make these brews or whatever. Even though I kind of was already into making different brews with different yeast, as you guys see on my channel, I use a lot of different yeast to make my stuff. But just want to give him another shout out. Thanks, man, and make sure you guys support the community. Anyways, I've been rambling on enough. We are done. It's finished. It's over. Make sure you guys go down to that subscribe button. Please press it. Show me some love if you're loving the content so far. Give me a like to let me know that you care and you love your boy just as well as I love you guys. Anyway, we're gonna get this done, like I said, pour it and all that other good stuff that I just went over. But I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.